Okay, so on with my story. And so we were literally stuck. The wind was, it's now, yeah, somebody up there didn't like me today. The wind was like so hard, and I was, really starting to get chilled to the bones. And then, and the water was splashing against the side of my canoe because of the way it was positioned. And it was splashing onto my sweater, my hoodie. And I didn't have my, I didn't have my windbreaker on. So that didn't help, right? So the wind just literally blew through my hoodie. So I was pretty much chilled to the core. Chewy was starting to get chilled by the end because he was shivering as well. He was wet. And so what to do, you're in the middle, you're stuck, this wind isn't letting. So I, after, like probably an hour and a half, possibly 2 hours of trying, I texted the owners and screamed for help. I didn't scream, but I basically said, hey, kind of took the canoe out when it was windy and probably shouldn't have. So anyways, that was our little adventure. So they took their little fishing boat out with a small motor, and then they had to basically tow us. Yeah, so that's kind of exciting. And so, once we got towed to shore, we were both exhausted. I made a huge fire and turned our cabin into a sauna so that we would warm up again. And we've slept. We've slept since like I think it was 4:30 or so, or 5. I don't know. Somewheres till 8:30. So it's a little insane, but never a dull moment. That's kind of my logo with my girls. Never a dull moment when they're with me, And I guess the same applies for when anybody's with me. The mosquitoes are starting to get bad out here. Okay, so anyways, yeah, so we got up, and I decided it'd be nice to take another walk before bedtime, before we call it a night right after our nap. Probably not. We'll probably be up for a little bit. But that's our adventure today. Stuck in a canoe in the middle of a lake during a windy bout. Yeah, so normally I'm sure it's not that windy because I can't see. And I'm not an experienced canoeer, obviously, and I'm tiny, and it was a bigger canoe, she said, and for somebody like me, it definitely would have been extremely difficult in that wind. And I'm not supposed to take the boat out. I Googled this, the canoe out when it's 35 knots and up kind of thing, and apparently according to the owner, it was 40 knots today. The wind was 40 knots. I don't know how they determined that, but yeah, definitely wasn't supposed to be out when I was. And that's nothing new. Me breaking rules, oh my goodness. And it's unintentional. So, but really nothing exciting happened. It was more just like, oh man, we're stuck and we gotta wait in the cold. Okay, so just walking around because the trail seems kind of foggy and wet. Chewy's still around. Mosquitoes are kind of annoying. Chewy! But I definitely love this place. And I would love to come back here any chance I get. This is definitely going to be my oasis and my home away from home.